What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have a 100% video for you today. This is the first time I'm doing this, and I'll be doing this for all other games that have a 100% but not a platinum. But anyway, I'm going to be getting to 100% today in Final Fantasy 15 Multiplayer Comrades Standalone. And the last trophy that I have to get is Welcome to the Crow's Nest, which is to meet the owner of the Crow's Nest Diner. Now, this trophy can be a little tricky, and there are a few ways that you can get it. You can either do a certain mission and hope that the guy that owns the Crow's Nest Diner pops up, or there's another way to get it that I've had work 100% of the time, which is to have 4 people in your party, basically beat a mission and no one picks up food, and you should get the guy at the end of the mission. I've done this twice so far, and it's worked both times for me. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into this video. I did put a poll out on Twitter, and everyone seemed to want to see videos like this, so I'll keep bringing them out for games that I get the 100% in, because I feel like there are some 100% that can be pretty difficult that would be interesting to see. Anyway, let's talk about the game a little bit. So, if you played Final Fantasy 15 Comrades Multiplayer, the DLC in the base game, then you can actually transfer all of your info from that into this standalone and auto-pop a decent amount of the trophies. So about a month ago, Square Enix being they announced that the servers for the Final Fantasy 15 Comrades DLC was going to be shut down, but they would release a standalone version of Comrades. So my assumption was, if they do that, it's probably going to have its own trophies, and if I can transfer my character from the DLC to the standalone, then I would do the DLC. And you could do that, and another good thing happened. Well, I guess good is kind of subjective, but you could auto-pop a few of the trophies. And that was, to me, like, okay, that's pretty nice. But there was still a few difficult trophies in the game that you had to do and some additional content. I feel like they're going to keep releasing content for this game as it, like, keeps going through the months, kind of like what Warframe does, but who knows how long they'll actually support it. So talking about the game, you know, it's a decent game. If you want some more Final Fantasy 15, then, you know, you got it here. But all in all, this DLC will take not too long to 100%. If you're starting from scratch, you know, you're talking 20-30 hours, because there are a few things that you should look into a little bit before getting into it to make it go a little bit faster. So anyway, for this trophy, to meet the Crow's Nest Diner cook or whatever, what you have to do is you have to have, or the way that I found to work 100% of the time is if you have 4 people in your party, counting yourself, so you have a full party of people, and throughout the mission, no one in the party picks up any food, so no food at the camp and no food throughout the mission, then he'll pop up. I've tried it twice, and out of the 2 times that I've tried it, it's worked both times. So I have a feeling that this is like 100% confirmed this will work. But like I said, you have to have 4 people, no computer, because the computer will automatically get food, and then it'll ruin it. Right, so you have to have 4 people total in your party. The best way to do this is to do a public match search for the daily mission. There are still a decent amount of people playing, so you should be able to find people. And usually, when that mission starts, no one picks up food because either they don't know how to or they don't want to, because the missions are pretty easy. But the one mission for the one DLC, the final boss, the Dastardly Duo, oh my lord, that's a nightmare. If you're gonna go for this, you know, be praying that you can find someone that will kind of carry you through it. So anyway, we finished up the mission here, and these trophies like to pop at the near the end. So anyway, there is our cook. We're gonna get our trophy. Welcome to the Crow's Nest. Glad to get this done again. But anyway, let's take a look at the list. So here it is. There actually is DLC. I did do it. That's to do the Dastardly Duo and completing all the like extra quests or whatever. But all in all, it's the same list that you'll find in the Final Fantasy 15 Comrades DLC, just a few extra trophies. So that's a standalone. Pretty easy. Anyway, here's the profile. Trophy level 3647%. Got 9,154 total trophies. Got 6,457 bronze, 1,963 silver, 612 gold, 122 platinums, and like I said, 9,154 total trophies. And I don't really have a trophy here to show at the end, so we'll just keep it here. So to talk about the game, Again, if you enjoyed Final Fantasy 15, this is just more Final Fantasy 15. That's the best way that I can put it. It's an okay expansion. I do expect them to put some more DLCs out as it goes along. I would hope that they would support it, seeing that they made it its own standalone game at the moment. So I would hope that they would support it. Not for the fact of additional trophies, but just for the fact of it's Square Enix. I kind of want them to see. I kind of want to see them do good. They've been doing a lot of bad recently, so I'd like to see them do a little bit of good. Anyway, to talk about the game. So to get through the game, if you're going to transfer a save from Final Fantasy 15 DLC to the standalone, you're talking realistically like 3 hours to get through and do all the additional content, 3-4 hours. That's like being very generous. If you're starting from scratch and you have never played this before with a whole new character, you're talking like 20 to 30 hours, depending how much knowledge you know before you start. Really will have it be a significantly lesser amount of time. And if you're playing with people, it will make it a lesser amount of time as well. But if you're playing by yourself, it's like 30 hours, 30, 40. I would say around 30. If you know what you're doing and you're playing with people, you're talking like 15, 20. So it's not too bad. Difficulty. So the difficulty is probably like a 5 out of 10, 4 or 5 out of 10. There are a few bosses in the game that you have to fight for sigils and for trophies that can be pretty difficult. So I would say out of 10, we're like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not that they're difficult. It's just like they're like damage sponges, and then they just one hit. They're very cheap, artificial. They're very artificial. So keep an eye out for that if you're going for this. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. There are all types of links down in the description below. Other videos like this, my Twitter, my Twitch, my PSN profile if you want to go check that out. Again, like the video if you haven't. Leave any questions or comments down in the comments below. Let me know your experience with this game, if you've gotten through it, if you enjoyed it, if you're one of those people that you couldn't do the DLC in time. Let me know on the base game. But if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.